Okay, in this tutorial we're going to cover something very important, which is how to reconnect media that goes offline. You may get that message, a dreaded red alert in the Adobe Premiere Pro system telling you that your media is offline. It's a panic time, right? Well, not really. If you know where the media is, if you have the right files on your system, on your hard drive, you can reconnect all that. And sometimes you do move files around and you have to reconnect them, especially if you're getting a project from your partner. And let's say they capture or import everything to their hard drive, they start editing, and then they make a copy of the whole project. They just copy it over the project folder, boom, send it over to your drive. Well, if they don't copy it over correctly, or if they copy everything, but the file path from your drive and their drive don't match identically, I mean like letter by letter, then the system is going to think the media is offline. Because the way Adobe finds media is you open up a project and it starts looking for the clips that go in the bin. And those clips, remember, are just reference files. They point back to the media, which is the audio and video raw material. And if the clip can't find the media, if the metadata and the media file don't match, there's a problem, and then you get the media offline message. So it's just a few steps to clear that up. So let's get into a project, and I have deliberately set this up so the media will be offline. So I'll click this book signing, and right when we open the project, before the rest of Adobe finishes launching, it stops and says, hold it. All right, we've got a problem. We need to find some files. So what it's doing is saying, where is the file? It's one of the first ones in the list of clips that are in my bin. It looks at the first one. If it can't find it, it says, hey, mister, I can't find this. So what we have to do is tell the system where it lives. So what I can do is, at this stage, go right through my folder system. If I know where everything is, and again, I've got access to, it's just basically a dialog box that asks me to find it. And by default, it just popped up the last folder area I was looking at on my system. So I could go this way, and this is typically where you're first going to encounter the sense that the media is offline. It's going to ask you, because it can't finish opening the project until it resolves this question. So what I could do is say, all right, I think I know where that is. I copied it over. It's book signing, right? Okay, it was captured. Yeah, it was part of the SDHC card. It came in off that camera. I know I copied it over here into the original folder. And, oh, you know what? There it is right there. So I could just select this item off the list and hit OK or open, and it would make the connection if that is indeed the correct file. So that's one way I can go about that. I could say skip it and move on to another thing. What I'm going to do for now is just say skip, and I want the project to go ahead and open all the rest of the way. So you can see what Premiere shows you, the bin plus the timeline when the media is offline. And we'll just hit cancel and say, all right, you know what, skip that step. And here's what happens. It still opens the project. If we didn't find the video, or if we said skip it, we'd get this. Every clip we open, it just says hey, it's offline. You got a question mark right on the symbol. We used to have that little video and audio icon. They're missing. And over here in the timeline, we had a clip that we had just started with, and it's telling us in many, many languages, just reminding us several times that yes, the media is offline. Pick your language and enjoy that. Okay, so we've got to resolve that problem. What I can do is, I could have gone back when the project first opened and searched for those missing files and reconnected. But if I end up getting into the project, I'm at this stage, I can easily click on one of the clips. I could right click on any individual one and say, okay, I want to link this media. I want to link the clip back to that source file. And again, it's going to ask me, this same old box pops up. It says link to this media. Are you sure? Is this the one? Well, there's the name of the surface clip, the reference file. That's over here. And here's the media in my media SDHC file. Pick 0008. It's an MPEG-4 media, right? Movie. Okay, if I hit open, it'll make the connection and resolve the problem. So I could say just offline. Maybe I don't even need that one. I could say ignore it completely. Or I could even say offline all, just meaning ignore everything for this project. It's all offline and we're not going to deal with it. But this is something we've got to finish because we have a deadline coming up. So I'm going to say, please connect. So open. And it did. So now that first shot, the clip file, now has found its partner, its mate, which is that media file. Now they're connected. The software has made that link between this metadata clip file and then the media file back over there. The next one, though, is still unconnected. Well, let me show you the faster way to do all this. Is when you have a whole bunch in a bin, basically the whole Dahlonega bin has gone offline. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick select all, and the shortcut again is Command A. Select everything, and then right click just on that first item and say, just anywhere in there I can right click and say, all right, link this media. So look what it's going to look for. Okay, the shot that's 0009 is the next one in the list, and it asks me, okay, we're going to link to that one, right? And it puts up, it's looking in the last folder I had selected, so right, it's back where I found 008, and that's it right there. One of the things I can also do is I'm really having trouble isolating one particular file. I can check this box right here, display only exact name matches, and what will happen is it will gray out all the other media files in this location and only pick the one that it thinks has the name that matches. So 009 there and 9 there, and it will again just eventually show me only this one highlighted. It's still kind of populating the list. I have 80 some odd files there, so when I scroll back up, notice how these are all grayed out. The only one that's not grayed out is this one, 009. So that at least is a nice way to just highlight that particular one by doing that. So I can turn that on or turn that off to just pick the one that matches the name. I'll hit OK. Now when I hit open on this occasion, instead of just this single media being relinked to the clip over here, all of them will now relink because I selected all of them in the bin, remember, and I know that they all, and the systems realize that, hey, okay, I get the numbers here, they all live in this big folder, now I know where they are. So let's open and watch them all come back online. And we'll even see our sequence change down here. This message will change in a moment. There it is, and we have that first shot with the guy coming in to get his book signed. There we are. Okay, so that's all good and well. We've avoided a major panic because we now have all of our clips back online. The reason that this went online, went offline, could be a couple of things. Again, you move the files to your partner's drive, and if you only move the project file with the bins and you don't also move the media, the capture scratch, you're going to get media offline messages. Or even if you move everything, copy it all from your drive to your partner's drive, but the file path doesn't match exactly because your drive is called something different than theirs. My drive's called Tele5560. Yours might be called Susie's drive or Jim's drive or, you know, Hey Bubba or whatever you want to call it. And the file path is not going to match. So when I look at an actual media file, even if I copy everything over to your drive out of this folder, notice the file path down here. Tele5560, Premiere Projects, 2013, and it goes right down the file. If this file path doesn't match exactly between your drive and your partner's drive, you are going to get the media offline message. That's what Adobe looks at. It looks at the file path in the computer or the hard drive's file system. It just follows and traces these names to find that media file to match. So if there's any discrepancy, you'll get media offline. Happens a lot, common thing, but as long as you have the material you need, the project file and all the associated media that's been captured, you'll be able to reconnect. It's just a simple process. So don't panic too much. Just follow those steps, keep your cool, and you'll be in good shape back up in editing before no time.